I learned throughout working on a startup, I got to do it in some of my classes through the entrepreneurship program, as well as work on it outside of school, that I really valued wearing multiple hats and doing a lot of work in a fast-paced environment. That led me to actually start my first co-op, my fall semester of my third year at Mass Challenge Health Tech. It's the biggest startup accelerator in Boston. And there it was just a team of me and about 3 others at that time. And I got to do anything from marketing, newsletters, Instagram. I got to run the whole application season, so I sourced over 600 startups that eventually applied. My last and final co-op was actually for myself, my company Mount. And I did it so that I could see if I could work full-time after graduation, which is what I plan to do.
I think Northeastern has this wonderful sort of mentality that you can do anything and you should do it all now and you should do it all as fast as possible. And that's not necessarily something Northeastern teaches you, but it's definitely in the startup environment. It's just the people that are around startups and the startup ecosystem at Northeastern. And I think I was resistant to that because I came from a place where my family's entrepreneurs, but they're not tech entrepreneurs. They're not trying to get somewhere as fast as they possibly can. We're looking to grow their company and IPO it or sell it, or they're just looking to do something they're interested in, that they enjoy and learn from it and be able to provide a good life for themselves and their family, right? And that's sort of like, some people think that's just sort of pedestrian. I think it's a path for entrepreneurship, right? That's one of the ways that this plays out. And I would just urge students to think a little bit more about what their path looks like, because sometimes the path and the representation you see in the Entrepreneurs Club or in IDEA or whatever, the people who are getting elevated and illuminated by the university or by their peers are the people who are doing like what we believe to be the coolest stuff. And I think that there's a lot of other things you can do. And I think there's a lot of different ways that entrepreneurs can be entrepreneurs.
IDEA was a phenomenal experience. I think for me too, starting as a venture analyst and then ultimately as CEO, I was looking at a lot of companies and supporting companies at an accelerator, which I think is the point where you're taking an idea and you're actually going and figuring out how to build that. And so being a part of both the, call it curriculum side of things with the Ready, Set, and Go curriculum, as well as building out a stage of the program, which now looks a little bit different, for helping companies go and raise capital, was really, I think, formative in seeing how people go from the idea phase to actually launching a business. I got a lot of exposure to different businesses, but I also, I think, got firsthand exposure to some of the challenges that come along with that. And so I think it was a really important thing for me to experience before going and investing in early stage companies.